I'm sure y'all can hear me. Of course, the mayor's intentionally late. Meeting's supposed to start at 6:30, 6:46. The sound is going to go back out. So I said, yeah, where the sound? It's coming back out. You got Michael Smith sitting up there with her. Ain't that some crazy? Oh, no, he's just getting a chair. Appointments that's not going to get approved.
Today is Wednesday, November 6, 2024, and the time is 6:57 p.m. Please call roll. Public comment.
This is an embarrassment to Dolton. This is an embarrassment to Dolton Township. This is an embarrassment to all of us residents of Tiffany. She's not anybody that would represent me as a black woman, as a single mother. She is a complete joke. She has put so many lives and disparity. Like, it's so many people that are hurt behind her leadership, and she have no care in the world about it. I've been bamboozled, I've been hoodwinked, led astray, because when I asked people for her vote, I wasn't myself. I had a tumor. I saw her post, and now she's a Trump supporter. The other day at the meeting at Dolton Township, you was talking about Kamala Harris, but now today you post that you Team Trump, and you want to send him a message for what? So you can get out of jail early?
We live with the same criminal in two governments, which are the Village of Dolton and Dolton Township. The purpose of my comment tonight is to debunk the false allegations that the majority of us are haters, hecklers, and lawbreakers. But in fact, those of us that stand before you just want to rebuild a better community for everyone. It's not our fault that Tiffany Henyard has become the most infamous mayor in America due to her inability to listen to reason. Stan Brown, will you continue to be a rubber stamp for Tiffany? Or will you commit to serving the residents of this community the way you vowed to do when you took that seat? Andrew Holmes, Why haven't you made a statement about the alleged rape of Fanil Dukes? I will never allow this question to fade away. William Moore, you like to quote scriptures. You should know that the Bible tells us to eat the whole scroll. Just don't take out bits and pieces to fit your narrative. You must acknowledge the good and the bad concerning your boss and both administrations. You do not appear as a godly man when you lock residents out of the people's house. Does this administration believe that intimidation is more effective than reason? If so, why do you allow DeMarcus Quigley, Michael Smith, and Keith Price the opportunity to heckle us? If you want the people's cooperation, then transparency is the key. Why are businesses allowed to flourish without having to pay to play? We the people have the right to be frustrated when we never get answers to our questions. And let me make this clear. We have never resorted to violence, although Tiffany and her goons have threatened us on several occasions. I want this administration to know that the residents will not be silenced through intimidation, false accusations, or fictitious lawsuits. We will continue to speak out against wrongdoing until those are blind see.
Your 3 minutes are up. Thank you.
All right, I'm keeping my own time because I don't need William Moore to take time from me. So, first I'd like to thank you two for looking at the residents while we speak. Thank you for that. Next, I would like to ask, why are you sitting at that dais? Too many people up there. You shouldn't be up there. Can anyone answer? I mean, I know you are friends, guests, but you shouldn't be sitting up there. You don't represent this village. So, and Mr. Volunteer, you came in here to start trouble. I saw you when you turned your camera on to start recording people. That's a no-no, buddy. Up in this house, you don't do that. Now, what I really would like to know is, I'm a senior citizen and I'm disabled, so I am looking for permanent housing, Mayor Henyard. You said that there's what, how many million in the township? But when I called asking for assistance trying to locate housing, they said there was no money. Can you tell me where the money is and the help for me to have my own living space? I don't play bingo. I don't need bingo. I need a place to live. I need a residence, a permanent residence. I know I'm not going to get an answer, but I would appreciate some information instead of lies about how much money the township has, and they are in the black. Again, don't keep my time, buddy.
Good evening, everyone. I didn't know that that seat was reserved for you, Mr. Moore, because I don't know what qualifies you to be in that seat as reserved. So had I known that, I would have sat there politely in your place. You know, I want to start with something, Tiffany. I hate that I'm going to be all over the place in this comment, but it's been a while. I mean, you've done so much and the meetings were canceled. It's just been very difficult to really address you. But the event that you had, I think it was the back to school, whatever it was, with Kiki, when you were giving away free things, and you literally pointed out people that you didn't like that were in your line that you were helping, and that was disgusting. Have some integrity, have some dignity. You're a public official and you're ridiculing and chastising people for getting the help that you always are advertising, so when they take advantage of it, that's your opportunity to chastise them, to out them, to act like, you know, you're bigger than everyone. That was disgusting, and you shouldn't do that. Also, one thing I love about this setup, and shout out to the trustees for making sure that the meeting was in a place that can accommodate everyone that wants to attend. But what I really love is how you guys are sitting arm in arm. It's not I'm up here, you're down here, like how you like to try to present it, Tiffany, to feed your ego or whatever. This is how it should be. You can't do anything without them. But on the flip side, they actually can do something without you. But even still, you should be sitting arm to arm. There is no you're up there, they're down here. So I actually like this setup for that reason, and I'm glad they're back, you know, to how it should be, how the meeting should be conducted. Secondly, you know, I really want to know, Tiffany, if
if you know what hypocritical means or being contradictory, because you do it so second-naturedly. I'm wondering if you even know what the term is, because, I mean, like, do you watch these meetings? Do you go back and watch these meetings and see your behavior, see your comments, see how you rally for certain things that you deny other people the opportunity to do? I'm just curious if that ever even dawns on you, if you even care, or if you're that removed from reality that you don't need to reconcile that within yourself. But you're a ball of contradictions, literally like a snowball. You just pick up, you're just constantly contradicting yourself. You're the biggest hypocrite I've ever seen in my life. Just like someone said, I mean, one minute you're Team Kamala, and then the next it's Team Trump. You know, I want to sit down with you. Do you think for a minute, Tiffany, he's going to honor that? Do you think he even, well, he probably does know you, unfortunately, but do you think he would invite you to anything? I mean, anyone. I mean, you're on your way out. I don't know if you know that, but you're actually on your way out in more ways than one.
All right, your 3 minutes is up.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Greetings. Good evening, residents. Former future trustee Edward Steve. Greetings to the residents, greetings to the board, mayor, the attorneys. Thank y'all for coming out. I'm thankful that this meeting is here. For 2 years, 3 years, she said everything was here was illegal. Now she's forced to come here to do the right thing. The judge forced her to come here to do the right thing. And she's been saying that secret squirrel meeting for how long? And people were believing it. Everything they did here was illegal. So she was saying it's a secret squirrel meeting. Now she has to come to the secret squirrel meeting. Isn't that humbling? It's time to do the right thing. It's unfortunate the attorneys who, I guess, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on. You're like the third one in. I don't know if you think something's different. She's the same person. She runs through people all the time. And it's not going to change just because you're there. It's not going to change. And now they want to appoint the people they want to appoint. Did we hear any plan about safety with the new police chief? We hear anything about guns, violence? No, it's about protecting her. It ain't about protecting the village, period. The attorneys ain't about protecting the village. It's about protecting her. So it's time, residents, we have to change this reality. And we only 3 months away. 3 months away to February. And we know what to do. We know what to do. It's in our hands. We can change this. We're tired of this. These meetings run so smooth when she's not here. They get things done when this administration's not here. They keep up chaos, and it's time to change that. So, Clean House 2025. It's good to see everybody. Peace.
Well, I had to take my shirt out of retirement so I can remind the mayor that you are going to jail and the rest of the crew. Y'all are definitely going to jail. Why are we here? Why are we at the Park District? Because you constantly violated the Open Meetings Act. And I just want to thank the trustees for listening to the cries of the citizens. And I want to thank residents like Dan Lee, Rosie, and if I miss any other people that wrote letters to the AG office, I appreciate you all because you guys really put a light on this situation. All the residents have ever wanted from this mayor, we want to know where our money is at. We tired of you hiring people that's not qualified and paying them large amounts of money. This is why these people, this man sitting right here, they so loyal because they getting paid. He will never find a job like this again. This man ain't never made this type of money before in his life. And the reason that she pays these people the way she pays them, to keep the loyalty. And I just have a problem. And with the attorneys, are you guys gonna allow her to hide the money from the residents? Y'all gonna go with what the Delgado was doing? Y'all gonna do the same thing? They sat up there too, like you're sitting up there, and they let her do a lot of stuff that shouldn't have been done. So that's why we're here. When is Andrew Holmes gonna stand up? He had a rape charge over him, and he never said, I didn't do that. Anybody that honestly didn't do something like that, they would be saying, oh no, I didn't do that. And then when Vegas came back, he still didn't say nothing. Don't think you got away, man. You ain't got away. You have not gotten away. They still on you. And Tiffany, you can write all you want. You can write, I'm not going to jail. I don't know what you're writing over there. But you so into that paper, and you don't even have enough sense to look at the people that put you in, some of the people, because I sure didn't put you in office. I didn't vote for you. You or Burge, when y'all was against each other. Because I knew both of y'all was garbage. So I didn't come out. Me and my husband didn't even come out because I already knew. But you don't even have a sense to even look in our face. But you rather just steal our money and do what you want to do. It's a shame. The lawyers is looking at us, but you the mayor, and then you want to come up here. Well, I am the mayor. Yeah, we know, but you're not conducting yourself as a mayor.
All right, your 3 minutes
You're
up.
not
Thank you.
conducting yourself.
Your 3 minutes
You
up.
are going to
Your
jail.
3 minutes is up. Thank you so much.
Trust me, you're
Is
going
there
to
anybody
jail.
else? Is there anyone else?
You gonna be with
Your 3 minutes up.
That's where you gonna be going. Remember that. And the people that's helping you. Your goons, they going to jail too.
All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
You going to jail, all the money you done stole.
I want to start by saying there's nobody like the God I serve. And I only want to say that because he only allowed me to come as far as this podium. And that's the only person I fear and thing I fear besides going to jail. So I'm not going to go past this podium like he told me. But I only come up to here to say, because Las Vegas said what they said, because a lot of places say what they say when they say things like this, so I'm going to ask you myself.
Amen. All right, come on, baby.
Why would you do that?
Wow. Tell her why.
And if I'm lying, all these people right here, all the cameras, her, all these people, tell them I'm lying then. Is that why you've never said anything? Is that why you disappeared as soon as this came out? Is that why? I'm supposed to be scared of you? Hell motherfucking no. So tell me I'm lying, or tell them why. That's all I have to say. I'm standing up for that long.
We stand with you. We stand with you, baby. We stand with you.
All right.
My minutes ain't over.
So, it's a shame. This is your time, baby girl. Instead of next to victims in Chicago. Pray. We stand with the men.
I don't hear you. I think you see you got so much to say in front of all the cameras for everybody who's missing or dead or shot or whatever. But you do something, and now I'm a victim. So stand up for me.
Yes. That's right. Yes.
Say it again.
Yes. Right.
And you allowed me to trust you, Uncle Drew?
Yes.
Remember I did do that because you ain't let nobody mess with us. Not the 2 Live crew. I would have never thought, ever, and I'm going to hold my composure for this, I would have never thought that you would have ever. So tell him mine.
Yes. Tell her. Justice for Camille. Yes.
Not going to dress her because we all can see that. That's
Yes.
cool. I already figured that out. Me growing up under her.
Yeah.
Me growing up under you, G.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Trustee, hold on. Let her finish, so don't go back and forth. Hold on. We at a board meeting. Trustee, you have this opportunity to speak, but this is not fair. Don't go back and forth. You can say something when you're done. You got 30 more seconds. You got 30 more
You're an
seconds.
advocate.
Wait,
You're an advocate.
I'm gonna give you the floor.
Don't let her mute you.
Let her finish.
Don't let her mute you. Say something. She deserves it. She's a victim.
Just like she didn't
She's a
stand up
victim.
and she's a woman. She didn't care.
Just say it now. She's been waiting. She's been waiting. Say something. I beg you.
All right, your time is up. Thank you so much.
Say it, Andrew.
All right, thank you.
Speak, please. Right, because she knows. She shut him up for a reason.
Thank you.
She shut him up for a reason. She deserves this. Speak.
All right, guys, you're not gonna get a statement if you're out of order. Simple as that. So, okay, it's over with. Y'all can have a seat. Let me finish my meeting. Drew will have the opportunity to speak, but it is not right now. So thank you. Thank you. Next on the agenda is. Oh, you got another person? Oh, I didn't know. I thought she was the last one. Go ahead. You have 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I was standing with a victim since nobody else wanted to. Since you can't say nothing to her. I don't know why you let her silence you. You look stupid for letting her silence you. Say something. It's been months. And Miss Supervisor, Miss Super Mayor, why you say you like transparency and you're a black woman, you want to hold black women up. But look at all these black women that need to be held up. Somebody needing housing, Tania Dukes, everybody else, Alexis Wilson, come on. And why'd you lock you went to court the other day, didn't you, Mrs. Super Mayor? And didn't you perjure yourself and tell the court, the judge, that you didn't live at the address that you live at? Why did you change the locks in the garage door opening if you don't live there? Where do you live, Miss Super Mayor? Do you live in Dolton? Are you even capable of being here? This is a community that needs to be lifted up, and all you do is beat them down. Jedediah sent me here tonight. I drove an hour to be here so I could say this to you. I've been watching you for months and you're a clown. You are a clown. This community doesn't need to be beat down every time you turn around. You went and you complained because somebody took down them ugly ass banners. Them banners are stupid. Stupid. What if you? When I drive through Dolton, what do I see? A disgrace, a displacement. It doesn't need to be this way. You need to put the money that you stole, allegedly, into the pockets of the people that live here. You owe the landlord $8,000, don't you? Right. I mean, you stealing all the money. I mean, you make all the money, allegedly.
She does.
And she's stealing it all, too. I drove an hour to be here. You could at least look at me. I'm tired of looking at the wig. I tell you what. It's broke down. It needs a break. Give it a rest. Try a new hairdo. And you really need to say something too. I'm a victim. I've been raped. I've been beat and everything else. I can sympathize. You advocate for everybody else. You're standing there. I see you on TV, sleeping outside. But you can't say anything to her? You let the supervisor silence you? Are you a man? No. Come on now. You can't advocate for one and then say you advocate for all, but you can't advocate for her, the person you put your hands on. You took advantage of her while she was sleeping. That's low of the low. I don't even know why I'm talking to you, but I'm begging you, say something. Don't let her fucking silence you. That's stupid. That's all I got to say. Somebody left their phone up here, baby. Is this yours? Oh, that's mine. I'm sorry. He ain't got to admit it. You just say sorry. That's enough. And mean it.
All right, anyone else? Is that it? You got something? Okay. Is that it? All right, we're moving on. Next.
For those who are owed money, I am asking that you email first to the village administrator, Keith Freeman. That's K Freeman, Freeman, at vodalton.org, with a copy to myself, jhouse at vodalton.org. And we will make sure that we continue to provide updated statuses of where the bills are to be paid. And as time allows, we will be making payments as our budget is processed and we have a better footing on where we're going.
Unfortunately, everybody created so much confusion, so much chaos, that it was no need to move a meeting to this location. It's not even 22 people in here. So I don't agree with us going to someone else's house to conduct our business. Everywhere else, they have their location and it's in their house. So that's number one. Number two, you have to give respect in order to get it. A lot of you come to this mic talking about nothing. And when I say nothing, you're talking about Tiffany Henyard. So that means that you really are fans of mine, and I appreciate that, because normally you will come up here and you will talk about the business as it relates to our village. But not one of you talk about any business that it relates to our village, whether it's fix your street, fix your alley, maybe your street lights out, whatever the issues are, but you don't speak to that. You speak of me, the person, Tiffany Henyard. So thank you for being a fan of mine. Third, it's a ton of things that we have going on. I have told you guys several times, we've always had resources at Thornton Township, because I know I get a lot of hate because I have two big positions. Thank God, God always have favor on me, and he have blessed me with being the first female youngest supervisor of the largest township in the state of Illinois. That's why I get all the attacks, because I do have the biggest position. And also, I am the mayor of my city here, my village. So we have a surplus in our township. So if anybody need any help, because y'all mixed the two up, y'all come here, talk about township, and vice versa. I have always fought for vendors. I've always fought for people to get paid, be paid, because you do a service here in our village. Something else you residents don't know. Do you know that we are in dire restraints over at the village hall? Yes, Trump is our president. You have to accept it. You have to deal with it. You have to live with it. People can be mad, be in their feelings, but guess what you cannot do? Take away his presidency. He is the next president of the United States of America, 47th president. And our job as real leaders, this is what real leaders do. We reach across the aisle. We say, hey, congratulations, you won. We did. Unfortunately, Democrats didn't do their job. We have a committeeman, which never is anywhere, no podium, never there, and they was at the polls doing nothing. And I said this in my live video, so when people want to rehearse and say what I say, get the facts right. It was no signage outside. It was no literature, no 110s to be passed out to you as a palm card. No one guided or directed the people. That's what they don't tell you or show you. But watch my live. Y'all say y'all follow everything I do. You will see with your own 2 eyes that it wasn't there. As it relates to trustees or other people that could have been outside doing what they do, they weren't helping. They was trying to help themselves to pass you a piece of literature with their faces on it, but not give you something to help guide you in this very, very important historical election that just passed. So yes, Trump did win, and congratulations again. This is me saying it publicly to our new president of the United States. Now we have to work together, because guess what? What color makes blue? Red. So we have to collide with the colors and make it work out for the best of our ability. So I want to point that out. Next on the agenda is, my vetoes. Oh, can't forget my vetoes. All the vetoes, I am vetoing the things from the last agenda. The new village attorney will give the clerk a copy of the vetoes that we are vetoing. It's several different items, including things that they try to pay for themselves. Like I said, they got conferences on there, and each and every month, they literally point that out. Next on the agenda.
What she's doing.
You gonna make sure you get her the vetoes, right? Okay. Next on the agenda, is there a motion for the village report? Well, you wanna say your report? You got a report? You wanna say your report? You got a report now? That's what I'm saying. Do you have?
I just asked for the copy of the veto. You just said you don't.
Yeah. You did? That's all.
You just said I'm good.
No, I didn't. I said I'm gonna clerk for the record, so she put in the record. The attorney's gonna give the clerk my veto, so she will have that. So stay tuned.
Good evening. I'm
all right?
going to do my report right now.
Okay, clerk.
Thank you.
So
I am asking for approval of the minutes for the regular Board of Trustees meeting on Monday, October the 7th, 2024.
Okay, so
Can
you
I
know
get
you can't ask
approval?
for a motion. That's my job. So I asked you, did you have a report? If you have a report, something you want to talk about,
Motion, Mayor, can I finish?
you just said
I'd
you
let
asked
you
for a
talk.
motion.
Let me have the
You
floor.
just said you asked for a motion.
I said I asked for
Okay, go ahead.
approval,
Go
which
ahead.
I do every month. I'm asking for approval. Can you guys hear me? I did not ask for more. From the Board of Trustees for the minutes for Monday, October the 7th, 2024. Maybe if I speak lower, people will understand me.
I'll motion that we approve the meeting.
Okay,
minutes
it don't
from
work like that, guys.
October
Y'all are so out of
7th,
order. So let me bring this back. So I always say, let me educate you. I got 2 lawyers on my side. You cannot ask for approval, because approval is like asking for a motion. In trustee, you cannot recite a motion until I call for the motion. You guys don't follow no rules in here. Is everybody do what they want to do? Go look it up, and it'll tell you each step. But y'all want to surpass me and just do what y'all want to do. It don't work that way. Gosh. All right, so the village clerk is asking for a motion to approve the regular Board of Trustees meeting on Monday, October 7th. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. It's been motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll. Oh, go ahead.
For the October 7th meeting, I wasn't present for that meeting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown wasn't present,
No.
so okay. Thank you. Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you, Board. I appreciate
All right,
your
next we
assistance.
have village
I'm still on the clerk's report. Can I finish talking? I didn't tell you. Let me finish.
Okay,
my
go
part. I
ahead.
did not
Go.
interrupt you, Mayor.
Clerk, I asked you, did you have a report?
Okay, guys, let me just be clear. She mentioned something about me with supplies. I just want to correct that. Yeah, the village is low on supplies because none of our vendors want to give us supplies without cash first. So supplies are being ordered, But it's not that someone is neglecting their job. It's just simply because we are broke. You know, and you guys all know that. And when you talk about disrespect, and they're always talking about respect, but yet they sit here and disrespect. You have a clown sitting here who comes to work every day and don't work there. So I will apologize right now because I kind of stepped down a little bit, but if we were not broke, we would have supplies. And the staff is doing their best to get supplies. So it is not like I am here complaining. I am just following up to find out where the supplies are. But they're coming because they have been ordered. So that's what's really happening. And first of all, this is a board meeting. We should not be speaking on internal matters in a board meeting. I would not bring that here. Thank you very much.
All right. So, okay, if we're broke, how they're paying themselves? We're so broke, y'all not getting paper, ink, pens. If we so broke, why are they on this list to get paid? They got several different items to pay themselves as trustees. We so broke, why you paying for conferences? We so broke, why you paying for, you out of order, you out of order. So, okay, we so broke, why are you paying for this stuff? That's the problem, you out of order. And y'all don't want to follow by rules of order. When you can't take the heat, and you don't have a floor trustee, please stop. But y'all got everybody on there. We so broke, you paying a lawyer $139,000, but we broke though, right? We can't get simple things, can't do simple things like get supplies and items that's needed to do the day-to-day operation. That's the problem that's going on right now. So residents that do listen to me and pay attention to what's going on, you see it for yourself. But they give every excuses for why they trying to approve their stuff. Now get this warrant list and see what they approved this evening. And I'm going to veto it because I am not with it. But they're going to make sure they approve to pay all their friends, but we're broke, right? So we're not broke if you're still spending money on things that's not needed. So that's where we are with that. Village administrator report. What a village administrator at? What a village administrator? No village administrator, he's not here neither? Oh, he's still missing? And that's the other issue. Nobody comes to work. Nobody. It's a ghost town in our village, but go check the payroll. Check the payroll. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting paid. And that's the problem that we have today, guys. You have to check facts. You can't just go off of hearsay. Engineers report, nothing. Department heads. Y'all got names by department heads. So let's get straight to it. Let's do corporate bills. Corporate bills. Electric warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the electronic warrant list? Is there a motion? Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
The motion second. Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
There are a few items on this electronic warrant list that it says it's from November 4th, but just even as you stated, some bills are still getting paid because the money is coming out the account. So I'm trying to figure out, I had a concern about 3 CINS that's still on here. And then I actually spoke to the vendor that came up today from TNT Cleaning because she stated that she got paid through an American Express that Chief Lacey had August 5th for $15.50, but then on the AP warrant list, it has the same date with the same amount for a check to be cut. All other invoices have been approved by us. We're waiting for your signature on the check so they can be released. And then on last meeting, because we never received a written veto, so everything that happened October 7th is valid. The question was about these leases, which still, when you see the amount of money that has been spent for these vehicles, it's almost $70,000 just for these, and you keep hollering and telling these people we don't have no money, but this coming out the bank account. So I am a little concerned about what you're saying right now, but I would like to make sure that 3CINS LLC comes off, and if you have some clarity, because the trustees do not make the warrant list. Let me say it again, the trustees do not make the warrant list. The CPA, the village administrator, whoever conducts this list and provides it to us, could you please make sure that someone can answer why this is on the electronic warrant list and the AP warrant list?
All right, anyone else?
Yes, I have one question. Okay, I just want, because we received a few different lists. I want to make sure we're talking about the electronic list that has a total of $419,174.71. Is that the same one? We received 5 different lists in our packet.
Yes, $419,174.71. That's correct. For the electronic warrant list for payments for September 2024, and it was printed on November 4th, 2024.
Okay, and then the other question, I heard Trustee Belcher mention removing this item. Do we need a superseding motion for that, or what's the parliamentary way that we accomplish?
She could just remove it. She want to remove an item like y'all always do. Like act like y'all don't know what y'all been doing. That's it. She want to remove an item. Y'all entitled to remove whatever item you choose.
I want it removed, but I also want someone to answer the question about why it's on the electronic list and it's on the AP list.
And your answer is this. You guys put this together. You should have asked the people when y'all put this together. The trustees put this list together, and that's before me. So I got this email just like y'all got an email. You guys consult with the VA, and y'all put together this list. So stop acting like y'all did not, because that's how it got created. Because if I had it my way, every bill would be on the list. So you guys didn't consult with me. Y'all put the list together, and that's where it's at. I had to put a motion on that just to get Robinson Engineer paid. So you guys put it together, now you want to play like y'all don't know what's going on. So take your item out and do what it as you will. And as it relates to not signing checks, you guys know this too. Jason House has been signing checks. He's not even on a bank account. So y'all need to stop playing the games. So tell the truth, shame the devil. But y'all study sitting up here lying about facts that I know y'all know. So that's where we are. So there's a motion in a second. You want to remove the item and call the roll.
I have a comment on that, Mayor.
Go ahead.
I have not signed checks in 2 months. I have only signed the checks that Judge Cohen has given me the authority to sign. That will conclude my comment.
And that is not true, but don't worry about it. I will prove it. All right, moving on. Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. You said no? Okay. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, next on the agenda, a motion to approve the AP warrant list. Is there a motion to approve the AP warrant list? Hello, is there a motion?
May I read the warrant list into record, Mayor?
Go ahead.
Okay, the bills for November 4th had the corporate payments of $614,503.11. Gross payroll October 4th, $422,069.88. Gross payroll October 18th, $433,424.09. Melanie Fitness Center register $1,244.32. Total corporate payments $1,471,241.40. I motion that these bills be paid.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Since you never answered the question for the electronic list, the TNT cleaning, which the young lady just stated that they're 4 months behind, but it's only 1 month on here because all the other months have been approved, but it's on the electronic warrant list. So I'm asking to remove it off the AP list and leave the $3,200 that's on the September invoice to be paid, because all other invoices have been approved, they just haven't been paid out. But I am saying this so it does not conflict with, it was on the electronic warrant list that was paid through the American Express, and I thought we didn't have no credit card, but and now it's on the AP warrant list. So that's the only reason I'm asking for it to be removed, because it's 2 different places. I want to be very clear so they don't think that I'm saying that not to pay y'all, but every other one has been approved by the board. The check just have not been issued.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, so for me, I have several things that's on this warrant list that you guys created. Core Consulting Group, that's the IT. I don't think they should be paid. As it relates to, they haven't even been in the building doing work. Our employees have been sitting for months without anything to do. This is stuff y'all don't know, because they stopped their internet access as it relates to email, and then also systems access, so they couldn't produce or do any work inside the building. I brought this up, I've told it to trustees, especially Belcher, and I spoke to several other people about this, and they did nothing about it. So that's number 1 for the IT company. Number 2, just to show you what I'm saying, Oderson, He got several invoices on here, and it's for $136,000, $580.52. That is for Odison, which y'all say we broke, can't buy paper, pens, and ink. This is my point. Next, the other issue on here, you got Tammy Brown. Y'all say we broke. Here we go, Tammy Brown, for $619.82. That's for Tammy. Last one, y'all had Kiana on there. Last one after that, y'all had Clerk on there. Y'all put everybody on there every single cycle, but residents, y'all miss it. So if they that broke, why stop? Don't pay y'all. Y'all say conferences, you ain't got no money. So don't pay for that and pay for the supplies and the things that's needed for our village to operate. On here, y'all put Robinson Engineer, and that's what I was speaking to. I added that on there as a line item to pay them their money. You only put on here for $5,116.33. I think they should be paid all their money. If you're paying your attorney $136,000, you should pay them all their money, because guess what? They are our water operators, something really important, something really crucial. If that goes down or goes wrong, we are in trouble. But they're not paying the people that do the important parts to keep our village above water. So I want to point that out, and all what I stated was for the record. So that's my statements. Do you guys want to remove Tammy Brown from this warrant list?
Excuse me, my $619 supposed to come out of fund that is for training for the trustees, which was $10,000 that we never seen. So my $619 compared to your $200,000 is nothing compared. So you want to talk about $619? Talk about what you have spent.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Trustee,
Absolutely.
hold on.
Let's
So
talk about
trustee,
it.
you got that all so
No,
wrong.
you got it
And that's
screwed
what I
up.
stated
All
before.
the trips that
You gonna
you
let me
take,
respond to
and you
you?
haven't brought
Y'all
back
don't worry about what I
anything from the
do. I
trips
didn't
that
take
you
anything
take.
from
I can
here.
see if you taking a trip and you
Nothing
bringing
from here.
something back
Show
for
me.
it. You're not bringing
Show
back
me.
anything
Show
for
me,
it.
trustee. You said a lot of lies. Please show me.
Ma'am,
You keep saying I travel from here.
We go to
Y'all
the
mix
training
up
every
both
year.
bodies of
We just
government.
don't see you there.
Okay, let me
All
finish.
the other mayors are there, along with their board. We just don't see you there. So my $619, I'm entitled to it.
Trustee, you shouldn't be
I'm
getting $619
entitled to
if the
my
community is suffering. If the community is suffering, you guys shouldn't be getting anything. That's what y'all don't understand. You should not be getting $600 of anything, because we are without concrete to fix holes. We are without clamps to do water main breaks. Trustee, are you done?
No, I'm not done
Okay,
yet.
I'm gonna let you finish. You're not responding.
Her check. She gets her check just like we get our check. Again, we are in this position now because she screwed up the money. So now you want to point the finger at yourself. The reason why these vendors are not being paid, because she didn't pay. And then you go out and get contracts, and who signed them? Who approved them? Again, do your job and know your job. Everything that's supposed to be with these vendors is supposed to come before the board, and they have not. So you got people on this warrant list from 2021, 2022, 2023. Now you tell me whose fault is that? When the board has voted to pay these vendors and they're not being paid. So whose fault is that? Somebody answer that for me. Whose fault is that? And you want to cry about $619. I give you $619.
I will give it back to me, please. I want it back. So today, take your name off here and give the $619 back. So you're gonna make a motion to give it back, trustee? So make sure you give it back. So let's clear up some things, because this is where they confuse you guys at. As it relates to them getting things for travel, it is a deal. This has nothing to do with a paycheck. So when she make innuendos about, did you get your check? Y'all got y'all check too, and y'all don't do nothing. So this is a separate bill that comes off the list. So she's getting that extra $619. As it relates to budget, and she says a budget line item, it's a budget line item to travel for anybody. So how is it good for them but not good for me? You cannot say tomato, tomato. You got to sit here and basically go off of what it is. Right now, trustee, you just said you want to give it back. Please do that. Amend this warrant list and give it back. Because I'm going to call you on your bluff and you said you won't, you're going to give it back. So let's make a motion. Let's make a motion. Hold on, trustee.
The money is there
Hold on,
for
trustee.
training.
So basically,
end of the
give it
day.
back. Give it back, trustee. So do y'all want to amend that motion? Because trustee just stated she want to give the money back.
Okay.
She want to give the $619 back. Do anybody want to amend the motion?
Thank you. I
Do
appreciate
anybody
that.
want to
Thank
amend
you.
the motion? Trustees? Nobody?
Can we get it moving?
Trustee, you don't run a meeting, I do. That's your problem. So you just stated you want to give the $619 back, so
It is
please,
8:14.
please
Can we keep
put
it
your money where your
moving?
mouth is.
Can we
Please give
keep
it
this?
back.
Can we get back to business?
Our own business.
Can we get back to
It's
business?
discussion. You talked all that
Can we-
stuff about
can
you
we
wanted
get back
give
to
the
business, Mayor?
$619 back.
Can we get back to
So let's
business?
give it back, trustee.
I
Make
got
the
a motion to call the
amend it,
vote.
Amend it, and let's go. Second. I didn't call for the motion. You guys cannot supersede me, and that's y'all problem. When we in discussion, we're in discussion. At the end of the day, you made a statement. I'm calling you on your statement. Your statement was, I will give you the $619. Cool. Let's make
Mayor,
amendment.
Pardon me,
and
Mayor.
give the $600 back.
Parliamentary procedure. You have two attorneys sitting next to you. You can ask them. They can make a motion for the roll. They absolutely have that right.
I still
There's a
have to
second.
acknowledge you, sir. So until I acknowledge you,
I
in
don't care.
discussion.
I don't care if you acknowledge me or not. You have two attorneys here. Ask them what the parliamentary procedure is.
Okay, it don't work like that. So you can be smart mouth it all you want. You should take $436,000 out. That's what you should do. If we that broke,
Okay.
why you over here taking all the money from the art village?
Okay.
If we that broke, you should give all that money back.
There
So,
is a motion, a second to call the roll.
so anyway, as I was stating, we're in discussion, and as it relates to discussion, I'm stating that Tammy Brown should give her $619 back and 82 cents. I'm also asking for the board to give back the $136,000 that Odison and McGrath and Frazier and Murphy is getting. You should make a revised motion to give everyone their money.
Let me
So
clear
I'm
the
asking-
air.
Hold on,
Let me clear the record
You out of
here.
order. You out of order. You said you had nothing else to say, right? Okay, then don't say nothing. So that is my
Don't say
motion.
nothing.
Those are my motions as it relates to
The $619 is on the warrant list to
You should
be
give it
paid.
back. It's
It's
amazing
not
you got so much to say.
paid. It's not paid.
Trustee.
It's on the warrant list to be paid.
Correct, so take it out. Take it out.
I'm done.
Thank you, I thought you was done a long time ago.
Are we calling for the vote?
All right, so that's what it is. Okay, so nobody wants to do it, right? All right, call the roll.
Call the roll. Thank God. Trustee Norwood. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher. Motion passed to pay corporate bills, AP warrant list.
Okay, remember, when you walking down the sidewalk and you trip, they could have paid for it. All right, here we go. Is there a motion to approve an ordinance 24-015, engaging the village? And it's not the village, it's trustees council, let's clear that up. Legislative council as the attorney for the municipal officers electoral board of the village of Dolton. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second. Okay, so the attorney has advised me, which I know you know, because you're a lawyer down there, knows this too. This is an improper item placed on the agenda. This board has no merit as it relates to the electoral board. They know that, I know that, and he definitely knows that. So you guys cannot put a motion on the floor before this body to choose your own legislative council to be the council for the electoral board. So, attorney McGrath, I think you should advise your client, whoever placed this on here, that that's not legit.
With all due respect, Mayor, you're completely wrong. There's been a motion and a second. It's properly on the agenda. Either one of the attorneys sitting next to you can advise
And
you.
the attorney did just advise me, sir, and that's why I'm speaking to it.
Mayor, if you could just let me finish. Either of the attorneys can advise you. If they call into question anything on the agenda, there's another procedure they could follow and take that to a different venue, and I welcome them to do that.
Okay, so let's call a roll. Okay, so he stated that it is still improper. I stated what I stated for the record, is illegal to do. And then also, just so people understand what this is, because a lot of people don't understand this lingo. We have an electoral process. The electoral process is when someone challenges you as it relates to you filing your petitions. When you file your petitions, we have to create a body as it relates. Okay, the attorney want to explain.
Council, with all due respect, I advise the mayor that this is not.
Go ahead.
I advise the mayor, council, that this is not the municipal officers electoral board. That board is different from this board. This is the Village of Dolton's trustees board, right? The MOEB is a statute, is a creature of statute, according to ILS 510, 510, council. This is not that board. That motion should be properly addressed by the proper board.
Are we in comments, discussion?
No, we're talking, the attorneys was talking to each other as it relates to that it's an improper item on the agenda, and he just gave him the rules, the state statute of where this item should be. Is not before this body. They do not control the electoral board. Guess who controls it? It's myself, it's the clerk, and it's the senior trustee. Those are the three individuals that's on the electoral board. They know that, I know that, we know that. So to put it right here for a vote before you guys is improper. It's not the way it works or goes. Let alone you want to basically appoint your legislative council when you're the one being challenged.
That's not true.
When you're being challenged in that process. So I'm just pointing that out as it relates to what's going on.
So there was a motion and a second. Are we in discussion?
I understand that. So you gonna let me finish?
I want to talk.
All right, he said, go ahead. Y'all gonna vote on it? Go ahead. All right, call the roll.
Trustee, are we in discussion?
Oh, y'all got something to say? Go ahead.
I do. So, to be very transparent, since he started quoting ILCS, whatever he was quoting, it would be unfair to anybody when Mayor Henyard is running, Jason House is running, the clerk is running. So for it to be no inconsistencies and nobody saying somebody did this wrong and somebody did that wrong, the purpose of putting this on the agenda is for the county to be the electoral board where they're not biased because of all of these people that are running are be there. So yes, you are the mayor, but if all of y'all are the people that's on the ballot, that would be unfair. So the purpose of this ordinance, and I'm sure if you read it, you would see that it's for the county to come step in so there will be no biases of anybody that put in any objections, because the only person that put in objections is DeMarcus Quigley against us because they couldn't find nothing else to do.
So just for the record, you still got it wrong. Everybody that knows the process, been through the process, remember, I've been elected since 2013. As it relates to you removing someone from the body, if you feel they're biased in any way, they do a public member. That's how I go. They bring a public member in and they replace the person that's sitting there, especially if they're the one running. Yes. That's how it goes. So for you guys to try to supersede the process and place this on the agenda is wrong. That is not how it goes. Like I said, y'all give misinformation to the public and not the right information. But this is your way of, again, trying to control the situation at hand. Please do your homework, residents, before you just believe the hype of what goes on around here. But we're done. I got you. I'm letting it go. All right, moving on. Call the roll, please.
We need animal control. We need you to figure out how you can make things right with the state so that we can be certified, so that we can actually get certified people to operate the $80,000 plus truck that's been sitting for 3.5 years. And when I've stated it, I heard you say, well, it's 3.5 years later, and I never mentioned it. Anyone watching the meetings, which they watch, they know that a few months ago when I mentioned it, you said we do have animal control trustee Norwood, and that's what you stated. So all I'm stating to the residents is I know that she done flew from Vegas to Atlanta doing a whole media tour with the whole entourage, paying $50,000 for travel here, $50,000 for travel now there. Now we're broke, and she wants to put the fines on the residents of the taxpayers. And to me, that's not fair. So with that being said, I vote to amend the fees so that we're not overpricing it and making it too ridiculous where the residents can't get their loved ones back in reference to their animal, because their animals are loved ones to some people. So that's my stance, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, so let me remind y'all of what's what. As it relates to our animal control unit, we do have an animal control unit, and trustee knows that. So for her to get up here online and say 3.5 years we ain't had no animal control, because we went on her block that she don't live at. She don't live at the address. I'm mad that I didn't challenge you on that. But anyway, when we got to that address, it was 2 loose dogs that we went and picked up with the animal unit that she keeps saying we don't got. And she gonna call and make a post and say, hey, it's 2 loose dogs. Why you didn't call us? Why didn't you call the police? It's kids out there. I got the call from one of the residents to show up and show out and get the dogs. So this how important this is, but she studied, hide behind other stuff, going left on other things. Talk about this right here, right now. We need to amend it and make it right. If somebody get ate up, just remember, y'all look for trustee Norwood, because she the one put this in place, because $100 is not gonna help you with your comfort, because them dogs are loose. People jump over gates all the time, meaning they're animals, and then they have to find the owner, and some of them don't even have tags. So they ain't got no tags. Who do you charge? Now the dog just loose, ain't got a tag, and ate up everybody in the community. Make that make sense. So all I'm saying to you guys is I pleaded with the board, I've asked them to reconsider and revise this, and then we can move forward. But if you're gonna take that stance, I will be vetoing it, by the way, just so we crystal clear to the public. So if they pass this, it will be vetoed at the next meeting. All right.
Residents, call Dolton Police Department and see if there's any animal control for yourself.
Anything else?
So you know.
All right, call the roll, please.
So the cars that we are discussing is one of the Chevy Tahoes, which one of the person that's the detail drives, which is a luxury vehicle. It's not a police car that's on the street. The other one is the Expedition that the fire chief had. The other one is a Tahoe that was sitting, and then the Durango that the previous chief had. If you tallied up just those 4 vehicles of the lease, it's $9,145 per month, which would save us $109,740,000 a year. $40 a year. So this is not any cars that's coming off of the street for the police. These are the other vehicles that were unapproved by the board.
Okay, all right, it'll all be vetoed. All right, next, is there a motion to approve a policy? We took the vote already. Pay attention. All right, next on the agenda is there a motion to approve a policy to enforce the return of all village property within 24 hours of separation from employment? Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, why is this created? That's my discussion.
You said what?
Why is this created? Whoever created this will put this on the agenda.
I created it. I put it on there, and the reason that I put it on there is because it's a lot of liability. So I'll give a couple examples of things that have happened when people terminate. If they're laid off, if they're terminated, if they're leave from the village, they should be returning the village property within a reasonable amount of time. We have somebody that was laid off in August that was driving a village vehicle, and now it has mysteriously disappeared, and I don't know where it's at. But if something was to happen in that vehicle, we would be liable for it. So it should be a 24 to 48 hour time frame that all village property be returned. This has nothing to do with anybody personally. This has something to do with the liability of the village. Also, those vehicles, and I can say 2 of them that we were talking about, the previous person left and only gave 1 key back, meaning that another key is somewhere around. All of village property should be returned, just as if you had left someplace, you have to turn in your ID, you have to turn in whatever belongs to that village. This is putting us in a very liability, I'm sorry, I need to make sure I say it, I gotta pause them. Liability and high risk. We already have problems with insurance. We already have problems with all these lawsuits, and this can cause a lot of concern. So I put it on there, I placed it on there because I believe there should be a time frame that all village items and property be returned if somebody separates from the village.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm not in disagreement with anything being returned to the village. I totally agree with that. I don't think that it's a need for an ordinance or anything to be created because HR normally tells you to give everything when you part from a employment. So I just think y'all just making things for no reason.
No.
When it's already something on the books that states when you leave, get fired, quit. Normally you go in HR office and they ask you to give those things. If you don't have them, they say give them the next day or whatever. So I just think this is just a waste of money as it relates to, I'm pretty sure the lawyer down there charged to create it when it's something like that on the books, because everywhere or anybody that has an actual job has done it or created it. So
Mayor, I'm, and this is something that we agree on, but you're saying that that's what's supposed to happen. Obviously, it hasn't happened if these people still have the property. So we're putting it as an ordinance to hopefully it be enforced because, as I just stated, it's a liability. So when these type of things happen, yes, it is common nature that human resources do this, but obviously, whatever the situation is, it hasn't happened. So I think if it's in writing, it's more enforceable.
okay, well, we both agreed for once on something, which I just stated I agree with it. Is no need for this. And if HR, someone's not doing their job, you should let people know so that we can talk to them on whatever they're not doing, which y'all talk to HR. So call the roll. And I'm gonna allow, William, you can come here, you can take my mic. To the mic to speak to the facts of who got what. Okay, y'all out of order. Okay. You out.
This particular business had water leaking 3 times onto hamburger that our citizens was actually purchasing.
Hey, yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome.
That's why I'm stating that with these businesses, long as they come into compliance, we have no problem with it. We want businesses here. I am the most business-friendly person there is. I want people to keep going and keep growing. That's how I started. I come from a small mom and pop store. So why would I not want somebody else to have the opportunity to grow within a community, especially ours? But I want them to do it the right way. Because if somebody gets sick, somebody get injured, and one of the places that they just approved, the village gets sued because we approved it, and they didn't do an inspection, and you go in and something fall down on you. You go cook some raw meat, and it's not cooked to a certain temp, but we approved them. It got to make sense, guys, and I need you to see that, and stop just going with the hype of negativity, because that's not what it is. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh. Okay, on this business specifically has submitted everything to the village administrator as well as the Ms. Carlisle who's doing the permits. So if you have questions, I would say please have an employee contact the administrator and they can provide that documentation to them. That's on this business specifically. I will say prior to this administration, the board did not need to be involved in business licenses. This is the least business-friendly administration that I've ever seen.
That's right.
It takes more, it takes businesses up to 6 months and they get no responses, no answers. That's the reason the board created this process. If the employees will do the job and make sure these people are followed up with and comply, we have no problem getting out the way. The board is not trying to oversee all this stuff. We're doing this as many other things because the job is not being done. Once the job is getting done, the board can fall back and just do the legislation that we signed up to do. At this point, it's not happening. So please, I would welcome people to do their job. I would welcome the permits to go back to the employees. And when that time comes, we'll get out of it. But at this moment, we are trying to make sure that businesses get the license they're entitled to. Because of this board, 23 businesses got the license that they need. Dolton is the only community that in order to get a business license or a liquor license, you need an attorney. Why the hell is that necessary? It doesn't make sense at all. So when we talk about bringing business, we have to make it more business friendly. We have to let the businesses know, and that's what this board is doing.
All right, so right now, you guys are impeding on the day-to-day operation. That is not your job. It is not your job to do, and you're impeding on the day-to-day operation as a trustee. Y'all job is to legislate. That's all y'all do. You guys cannot sit here and circumvent the process. The process is what it is as it relates to a business coming into our community. And if people get their stuff right, they wouldn't have to go through all of this if they make sure they do it right the first time. I have made videos and showed you guys of people going on fake news, and I've showed you the truth. So that's just what it is. And for people to get up here and grandstand like they're not doing their job, stop it. Tomorrow, show us what you feel that they got, because they don't have it. We checked today, and I made sure we got our facts before we came to this meeting, and they don't have what they need. And then as it relates to the second company, what is it that they want to do? Now it's a sports complex. What is this? So every time you guys put something on there and then approve it, but no one else knows what's going on. But then yet, y'all use me for the headlines in the news. But you're the one that's sitting here creating all the tension and all the things in our community because you guys voted for it. But the problem is the mayor is the executive branch. I know, good question. Where is the VA? And that's the other issue. VA's never here, don't do his job, don't communicate with people. He reports, guess to who? The mayor. And he's been reporting to the board of trustees. So who really is running what? But yet y'all point the finger. It's not right. It's not fair. So I just want to say that. So again, y'all can approve it all you want. It will be vetoed. The person needs to come up into compliance with us, the village. Once they come in compliance with the village, it's not a problem with approval. But they must do that. They must follow the steps. So I want that for the record. So once you guys go and do these political games, put things on here for political plays, make sure they follow the process. That's where we are. All right, call the roll. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, trustee.
Yeah, I want to need a motion to table it.
12G.
Next, is there a motion to approve a settlement agreement in the amount of $900,000 to Camille Williams versus Dolton Settlement? Okay.
Oh, I'll make the motion.
All right, let's pause for 1 minute. Attorney, got a question? Okay, I think, are you tabling it? What you doing? Okay, well, so what are y'all doing? Tabling it? What are y'all doing? Okay, is it a motion to table? All right, it's a motion to table. Is there a second? There a motion and a second. Call the roll. Call the roll. Clerk.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown? Aye. Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes? Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion tabled.
Mayor, if I may, the attorney has a statement about it being from a federal judge, so I want to let him.
Okay, well, y'all probably should go to closed session, because everybody down here is saying y'all should talk about it in the back. And I agree. I don't think y'all should put whoever business that is out in the open. So,
If you want, we can go into executive session. I was just noting that this litigation was handled by an outside firm, Michael Sparrow from Hinshaw and Culberson. There was a
Right.
settlement conference 3 weeks ago, and this was agreed to, and it's partly with the village and with the village's insurance carrier. The village really has no say. If they want to go against the settlement, then the village will be on the hook for paying all future defense costs and any difference in the dollar amount. So you go into executive session. I did not handle it. I know generally what the case is about. The attorney who handled it is not here, obviously, but it was pursuant to a settlement conference in federal court with the village administrator, that attorney, other attorneys, and plaintiff's counsel.
all right, thank you. All right, next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve the appointment of the police chief, Ronnie Burge? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
I have a comment on this, Mayor.
Okay, go ahead.
And just as we're going into the next one, so my statement is going to be the same for the next 4 points. None of the individuals listed here, the resume has not been provided to the board, no confirmation of background checks, no confirmation of salaries, and for some of the contract individuals, no confirmation of certificates of insurance, malpractice insurance. None of that information has been provided to the board. So I'm going to be a no for all of these until we can get the proper due diligence.
Okay, so for the record, guys, y'all need to stop. Y'all know I'm entitled to my appointments as a mayor. And as a mayor, I will get my appointments. I'm doing the process because I was told that this is how it needs to be. I put it before this body to support me in making sure I have management in place in every area throughout my community. Because right now, as you guys know, y'all involved in a lot of mess. And right now it's time to clean up the mess. But I need people in place to manage those departments, because those departments are not being managed because you guys been laying people off. Y'all have it as a ghost town. People not showing up to work. Y'all paying these high salaries and they don't even come to work. What you paying people to do? This not COVID. They need to come to work and do their job. Especially the police department. You need a police chief. And y'all know that. That's why it's being ran raggedy. I hear that all you trustees are being, have been going over there to the police department, especially Trustee Belcher. Y'all in police business that should not be. I keep telling y'all, stay in your lane, because you be involved in stuff later on because you think you run stuff and you don't. You are a legislative body. I keep saying that. I'm the executive branch. You're legislative. All you do is make laws and also pass a budget that you have not passed. So I'm asking for your support, which I knew you guys would say no, but thank God, state statute say that I'm entitled to my appointment, whether you say yay or nay. And that's the great thing about having the executive powers. I have to put it before you to hope and pray that you support me, which I thought you would, because at the end of the day, all these departments are being ran without anybody. So that's my statement for that. Call the roll. No, we just on L. Yep.
No.
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 Okay. So I just want to point out to the residents that you see, my board of trustees have been trying to gridlock me. And as a mayor, I'm entitled to the appointments that I have before you. And that's how you're able to run a smooth operation. And they like to create, conflict, and they like to create chaos, which I'm not for. I really want this to run smooth and let everybody run their own department. Next, is there a motion to approve appointment of village attorney Angela Lockett?
A motion.
Is there a second? It's been motioned and second. And this is her resume. She said, pass it down to y'all. All right. It's been motioned and second. Any discussion?
I just have one thing to say.
Okay.
With any position, anybody that has been in HR and have an HR background, you would have a background check ran. Nobody starts until the background clears. That's for any reputable company, business, or anything else. Any person that has an HR background would know that. There's nothing wrong with you putting them on here. Where's the background? Has it been ran, and is it back? Simple as that. We made this mistake again. Why go back down this same road again with not running background and not making sure that these people are qualified for the position?
First of all, everybody up here is overqualified for their position. So please put some respect on their name, like I tell you to do me. As it relates to us here, we are African American beauty. I'm gonna say that. And with that being said, we are great. You have attorneys to my left, and y'all don't want to give them the opportunity. This is Max Sally. He has been practicing law for years. To my right, you have Angela Lockett. She is awesome. And this got to, because y'all need to stop playing with people's names. They are attorneys. That means they passed the bar and background check. They wouldn't be an attorney. And as it relates to anything else, as it relates to Ronnie Burge, all y'all know his credentials. You know he has been a police chief in several different locations. And as it relates to Michael Smith, y'all need to stop before he sue y'all for defamation of character. He does not, and I repeat, he does not have a background. Just because you don't like him, don't make it right on what y'all say about people. So please,
Again,
please,
as I
stop
said
defaming.
before.
Hold on, trustee. Please stop defaming people's names, because it ain't cool, it ain't fair, it ain't right. Stop. I'm entitled to my appointments, and my appointments will be who I choose it to be, because I did that before, listening to a body of picking people that I didn't choose. So this time around, picking the people that I choose to sit in those seats, because you need people that is for you and not against you, or not trying to sabotage you in your camp. And these individuals, like I stated, are overqualified to run the day-to-day operation. So moving on.
Let me just say this. Again, with qualified, I don't care if you are qualified. Any reputable business, as I stated again, anybody that works for a business knows that you have to have a background check. I don't care if you are qualified. Every individual needs to have a background check, and you don't start until your background clears. And that's only because you're going to cover your tail at the end of the day. It's okay, qualified, you said they're qualified. Where's the background check? Again, we made these mistakes before. You picked those other people before, and then look again. So background checks, what's the argument? Let's do the background checks and move on from there.
Let's be crystal clear. I never picked anyone with a background. They do not have a background, and they can start work pending a background check. So we are going to move forward. Thank God it's my appointment. So we're going to move forward tomorrow. Each one of them will be in HR. And I don't think your attorney did a background check, so I don't know why you want my attorney to do a background check, so stop it. But the people that work for the village, sure, they will do a background check tomorrow. They will go to HR, get their paperwork certified and done, and then they will send them on their way. Background checks don't take that long to do. So that's where we are with that. So, because we're not waiting no longer. Y'all had me without any of these people in place for several months. You guys have crippled the village, and I am here to fix it. Because now we don't have anybody in place to do the things that's needed to run the day-to-day operation. So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I just want to make sure.
Mayor.
So, go ahead.
No, and I just want to kind of state, because my original statement was I was very intentional in terms of just saying the information had not been provided. I do not think that anybody deserves to have their name defamed. So that is not the intention. I believe the process that I'm looking for before making a positive vote would be either a resume for a contractor, a background check, and either voted yes or no. But there's no intention on defaming anybody, but the board does have the authority to make the decision based on the information presented. At this time, we've received no information, and I will be voting no.
Okay, let me clear you up because again, y'all send improper information out. Y'all don't have any authority to do anything. You guys are supposed to do advice and consent. What that means, just so we crystal clear, advice and consent states that they're supposed to agree or disagree, and that's it. And then guess what I get to do? Still appoint my appointments. That's how this goes. So I just want you to understand how the game goes, how they keep trying to act like they control me. They do not. They have no authority over my office. I am the executive branch. Again, they're the legislative branch. We learned this in 8th grade. Gosh, girl, y'all ain't got it yet. So anyway, moving on, call the roll. Is there a motion to approve appointment of special counsel? Is there a motion? Is there a second? Is there a second? All right, is there a second? Anybody? Stan? Stan, can I get a second? Yes, no? So y'all don't want me to have special counsel as it relates to cases for the village of Dolton? This the game we gonna play? All right, thank God I get to still appoint. All right, it fails. Next, is there a motion to approve appointment of executive assistant? Is there, I mean, motion. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Now you can speak.
So, executive assistant, when did it become an appointment? And then, what is Jacqueline Richardson's position?
Trustee, you and I spoke in the lot, the parking lot that is, and we talked about all of this and all the people that work in our village and what do they do. Hey, y'all out of order, stop. Let us finish what we're doing. So we did all of that, and you know the answer to those questions. So for you to get up here, hold on. So for you to get up here and act like you didn't talk with me, you spoke with me, you and I, and we talked about everything that was going on in the village, everything that was wrong, who did what wasn't approved. We talked about all of this, trustee. But yet you come up here and have amnesia. Come on. You know what's going on. You do. So we're here for executive assistant. So
What's Jacqueline's position?
So basically we're here for executive assistant. So I'm asking for
That's
your
not an
approval.
appointed position.
It's what?
That's not an appointed position.
Trustee, it's on the agenda. I either have your support or I don't. So you're going to support me since it's not an appointed position? Do you support me with my hire?
It's not an appointed
Do you support me with my hire, trustee? Oh, okay. That's my point. I know. You don't. Thank you for saying that for the record. Y'all don't support anything I do. So anyway, call the roll.
Trustee Norwood? Trustee Stan Brown? Trustee Tammy Brown?
No.
Trustee House?
No.
Trustee Holmes? Trustee Belcher?
No.
Motion failed.
Okay, so couple things. I just want to reiterate what just happened. There was motions for several individuals. A motion to appoint the police chief. Guys, hey, order. And y'all do know the judge got a login shop heckling or doing anything, so I'm gonna make sure you know that tomorrow. So anyway, a motion. There has been several motions made. There's been a motion for the police chief for Ronnie Burge Sr. And I had 2 votes on that and 4 noes. And then there was a motion for approval of village attorney, Angela Lockett. And that was also 2 yeas and 4 noes. And then I had a motion to approve appointment of special counsel, Matt Solomon. I understand why y'all want no other attorneys to eat, just y'all attorney, huh? So that motion failed. I didn't get a second. And then I had a motion for executive assistant. I got 2 yeas and 4 noes. So that's where we are with that. Moving on. All right, so the attorney advised me to make sure I put this in the record. As you guys know, I am entitled to have temporary appointments. Currently, right now, these individuals will be my temporary appointments. I already named them, but I will rename them for the record, and that is appointment of Police Chief Ronnie Burge Sr., appointment of Village Attorney Angela Lockett, Attorney Max Solomon for Special Counsel, and also Executive Assistant for Michael Smith. Those are my temporary appointments, which I am entitled to by state statute. And then, of course, next board meeting, we will bring it back up again to see if I will keep the same individual or I will go with new people. So temporary appointment goes every 30 days for those that don't know how it works. So I want to make sure that is in the record. That's for the record clerk. So when I see the minutes, I want to see those statements. Next on the agenda is there a motion to terminate the law firm of Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath? Is there a motion? Is there a motion to terminate the law firm of Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath? Is there a motion? Anybody motion? Stand, no? Andrew, no? We're on the last one. Motion to terminate Odison. Is there a second? Nobody? Jason, want to second that? Nope. Nope. Tam, you want a second? Oh, she's really good. That's fine. So, Okay, so that was only a motion and not a second to terminate Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. I put them on here every single board meeting, and the reason why I put them on the agenda is because they are taking advantage of our community. They are overcharging us, and they create chaos and confusion among our residents. So I want people to know what is going on, and I put it on the agenda just so people can see it for what it is. I stated earlier that they put on a bill for $136,000 to $39,000, but yet they keep saying we're broke. But yet they're the only law firm that's constantly getting paid. I see that I didn't even see an invoice for a Delgado group. So it's just sad to see that, but yet y'all don't want to appoint my attorneys to make sure that things can get done. And I'm gonna make sure that you understand this. They are not the village attorney. I did not vote or appoint their law firm for our village. I did not. But yet they want to come in and do the strong arming and take over the cases for our village. And that is what I am fighting up against. That is what you don't see or don't know or don't understand. So I just want to make sure that I put that in the record so you understand why I say terminate that law firm that don't mean our community any good. They put a fake recall together that they lost, and when they lost the recall, they still charged the residents for that when they knew they couldn't do it because they did it in 2015, I think, and they lost that. Then they came back and did it again, and that recall was Stan Brown, me, and Robert Hunt. So all I'm saying to you guys is pay attention to your money, pay attention to the wallet, because right now people are taking advantage of you not knowing, you being misinformed with misleading information. So I want to point that out. Last but not least, my vetoes. I stated that I was vetoing certain things, and on that veto list, because I want to just put this in here because y'all don't remember a recall, she had a payment for reimbursement for travel for Trustee Belcher. They paid $7,800 to Big Woods Barbecue for Tea with the Trustees. Y'all eat barbecue at Tea with the Trustees? I don't think so, but it's cool. And then they had the payment to Odison, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath. And then they paid Nikita, I don't know what she at, $2,500 or $3,500 for a website. Like, I'm just saying. But everybody paying their friends, but y'all don't see what's really going on before you. And then also, I am also vetoing other line items. I only stated these vetoes just so you can understand, but normally I just say I'm vetoing. We give the vetoes to the clerk. The clerk has a copy of it, and you can get it from them. Next. All right, next is our motion to adjourn. All right, it's been motion and second. Colorado. Mean adjourn. This is adjournment, right? Yeah, this for adjournment. All right. Oh. Y'all ready? Y'all see? Okay, Colorado.
If you hear me, if you hear my voice, this is madness. She kept up so many arguments, so many petty arguments back and forth over $619. She's continue to lie over and over again. Resident, we got 3 more months of this. We got to vote her out, period. We got to get in this. It's madness when she's here. It's madness when she's here. It's craziness when she's here. We got to vote her out. Tea with Trustees Saturday. Make sure you come if you live in Dolton, and we got an official campaign kickoff at our headquarters the following Saturday. But you'll see all that on the Dolton Trustee page. Keep plugged in, keep tapped into our YouTube page, and we only got 3 more months of this madness before we can vote her out. Peace.